Well guys, Sky Blue here, and we'll be doing a short tutorial on localizer approaches. First of all, in a localizer approach, you are meant to load the localizer runway 0, well, any runway that has localizer before it. In this database it doesn't have, so we're using the ILS for it, which is fine because again, a localizer approach can usually be paired with the ILS or localizer chart. So obviously localizer is like one half of an ILS. What are the things that you need to know or to set up aside from the MCDU? First of all, when you do your top hat, make sure your localizer is India Mike Lima 109.1 final approach course 063. You also need to check the final descent point. In this case, it is Lima 613 at 1,700. So you got to go down to 1,700, and that's when you're going to start your descent. So let's say ATC gave us descent maintain 1,700. Okay, so let me just hold on. Okay, 1,700 and pull. Okay, that's done. This is your minimums for the ILS. So you got to go down here and look at this localizer. So we're gonna do a continuous descent. It's gonna be 430. So again, your MD is gonna be 430. Okay. Now, what happens first? We will be joining the localizer. The ATC will say join localizer runway 06. It's not gonna be cleared ILS 06. Or they can say on heading 030, we're cleared for the localizer 06. So what happens when we do that? We do not arm the approach button. Okay, we do not arm the approach because the approach is for the ILS or a final app. But the point is, on a localizer approach, you're not meant to press this. You're meant to press this one. You're arming the localizer, and then we'll switch to the bird, and then we'll use flight path angle. Which means you do need to take note of the glide slope or glide path angle here, which is 3 degrees. Okay, let's try and do it now. Hold on, guys. Alright, sorry about that. So we're on a heading right now, okay? So ATC cells heading 340. We'll do our managed speed. We're usually on a heading. We're not doing the track, the bird yet, okay? So again, what's our FDP? It is Lima 613. How far is it? It's 5.3 dmi IML. 0.3 miles before you're supposed to pull the FPA. So I'll just demonstrate, okay? Speed out the star. Alt. All right. HC says turn right heading 030. You're cleared for the localizer approach, runway 06. Okay, so we'll say India Mike Lima identified on normal sensing, cleared localizer, runway 06. We'll arm the loc. I'll just say loc blue. So we'll first establish on our intercept heading on 030. Okay. All right. Let's establish that. Now, because this is a non-precision approach, okay, I'll just speak later. Hold on. LOC star. So now I can turn the bird on, or I can command bird on. Bird on. So now my flight directors look like this. It looks like an airplane. One is the flight directors of the bird, and one is the bird itself. Now, because this is a non-precision approach, we do have to be in the landing configuration by our final descent point, which is 613. So, again, Lima Lima 613 is 5.3 India Mike Lima. At 5.6, I will 1 mile before, at 6.3, I am going to put this FPA down to 3.0. Okay, once that's selected, I will pull this at 0.3 miles before. In this case, that would be, what do we call this? It's 5.6. Okay, so I will configure now, flaps 2, check.
Speed checked flaps 2.
And then go for gear down. Arm the spoilers, this and that. Flaps 3, check.
Speed checked flaps 3.
And then flaps full.
Speed checked flaps full.
Landing checklist. Landing no blind checks. Oh, by the way, my missed approach is also 6,000. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So again, 6.3. I will set the FPA to minus 3.0. At 5.6, which is 0.3 miles, I will pull the FPA. So monitor this very closely. 8.7. 0.6. I'll pull now. FPA minus 3.0 blue. Alright. Now, also put the missed approach altitude. You can now put this to 6,000. 6,000 is set. Now, how exactly do you do this? You now look at your DME. So you see, how do you know if you're high or low? At 4 miles, you should be at 1290. I think we're gonna be, well, let's see, okay? 4 miles, 1290, India Mike Lima. Alright, altitude checks, 4 miles, 1280, we're just 10 feet below, that's still pretty good, alright? Now, 3 miles, should be 970, 2 miles, 650, 1.3430. Let's commit to this approach, all the way to landing, let's go.
1,000.
1 knots.
Okay, 3 miles is 970. Let's see that. 3 miles, 970 on profile. Good.
Glide slow.
Oh wait, is the
Glide
QNH set
slow.
properly? So make sure the QNH is set properly, guys. 1007. There we go.
Glide slow.
So 2 miles is 650. So if you think
Glide slow.
you're a bit low, try to adjust by 1 degree, 2 degrees. Yeah.
Glide
So
slow.
now it's minus 2.0, 2 degrees is 650. We are a bit low.
Glide slow.
100 above.
Checked.
Glide slow.
1.3 is 430.
400. Glide slow.
Minimum.
Continue. There you go. So,
300.
you just have to adjust a
slow.
bit. And then land a plane. You could do FDs off now. And command the
200.
runway heading. But it really doesn't matter. But that's the procedure.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Retard. Retard.
10.
5. Retard.
Here we go, guys.